Hello everyone, thank you for watching Mad Trucks with Marcos. Today we have another really cool truck here. It's a 2017 Ford Raptor Shelby edition. So you've seen a few of the Shelby trucks that they've been putting out on the F150 platform. This one is the first one they're putting out on the Raptor. Again, just like the other trucks, this is a true Shelby. They are going in their registry. They're only building, they're not, the other trucks are building around 500 of them. This one, they're gonna keep it a little smaller, maybe around 150. So a little more exclusive, but we're gonna go through and check out some of the differences on this one. This one does have some upgrades specific to the Baja styles. So this one here is for sale at our Cunis Country of Delavan Ford location. We do have, I believe, this is number 11. I think we have number 1 at our Ford of Antioch location, and I think our Antioch location also has number 7. So we do have a bunch of these coming through. We know they're going to be really popular, so we wanted to make sure we get a good assortment of them. So we're going to go through and check it out. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can see any of our custom trucks at cuniscountrytrucks.com. All right guys, so like I mentioned, 2017 Ford F150 Raptor, and this one did get the Baja Raptor package from Shelby. So they go through, they do a lot of body stuff, they do a lot of suspension stuff. But again, I just kind of want to touch base in case some of you guys don't know on these trucks. Two companies that came together to build this truck were Shelby, of course, and then Tuscany Automotive. They're out of Elkhart, Indiana. And they've been the leading secondary manufacturer for Ford for many, many years now. So it was just natural that when Shelby was going to put out a limited run of trucks, it's a great partner for them. So it works really well for both companies. They did build a facility for the Shelby technicians and engineers in Indiana. So there's actual Shelby people doing the suspension, any powertrain stuff. They're doing their engineering. That's what makes this a true Shelby. And then in Elkhart, it's a huge manufacturing town. They do all kinds of boats, RVs, that kind of stuff. So doing all the body work and that kind of stuff, it's really the best choice because that's what they do. So it comes together as a really complete package that we are really excited to be able to retail. We are a Shelby dealer, we are a Tuscany dealer, and we are also a Ford dealer, of course. So you got to have those things to be able to actually sell these. Not any Ford dealership can get these. So please keep us in mind. But yeah, we'll start at the front of this one. So right off the bat, you're gonna notice this awesome high clearance front bumper that's got the Shelby engraving right on the front. So that really gives this a really aggressive look. It's also gonna be functional as far as, it's gonna give us a lot of protection on this truck. I do like the Shelby engraving here, and then it also has this little air dam here. I don't know as much as I should about the EcoFlow technology, but they did have to upgrade the intercooler in this truck, which we'll talk about a little later. They did have to upgrade that part of the performance thing they did. So I imagine having as much air going through there is only going to help the performance. So it is nice that it's not completely blocked off. Air, we're still going to get air where we need to get cooling and that kind of stuff. A lot of Rigid Industries lights on this truck. On the front bumper here, we have this huge curved light bar. Really nice, just spotlight that's going to give us a ton of visibility on the front, just dead center from going forward. So it's going to light up pretty much everything we need on the front. On the sides here, it does have a set of Rigid, it looks like a 10 or 12 inch single row, or might be a dual row. It is a single row. So those are pointed down and out. So between those pointed down and out and this huge, what is probably a 36 or 40 inch light bar pointing straight forward, the visibility at night or in, whenever you need a little bit more light is going to be pretty awesome on the front of this one. I'll mention real quick, since we're talking about front facing lights, it does have the huge light bar, probably 50 inch across the back. And I'll just mention that while we're talking about lighting, but You have that big light bar there. It does have a little switch on the inside to where we can show you what it looks like when it's folded down. But that light bar and that bracket will actually pivot counterclockwise. And it's gonna be pretty much completely hidden and protected when you want it to be. So you don't always need it up and pointing. If you want it, protection, a little better aerodynamics, if it's making a whistling noise, whatever, you can fold it down and have it out of the way. But it is also nice, you can pivot it because you can really dial in where you want that light. It gives you a little bit of adjustment that way as to where you wouldn't have that on a fixed board, or a fixed light bar, excuse me. We'll mention on the front here, they did get the Shelby hood, which is just a really good looking hood. It has functional air vents here. And then they do have the cool louver style insert in the middle there, which really gives this, it kind of gives it a few different tiers of the hood. And it definitely gives it that sculpted aggressive look, which is what people are gonna want in a Raptor. So really cool there. They did a really nice job on that. But yeah, just the fit and finish is really nice, how everything meets up. Everything's nice and clean. You don't notice any weird body gaps or anything like that. I mean, it looks like this is how the truck's supposed to be. I believe they might have done a wheel flare. It is in this beautiful darker gray color. Really nice in the sun. You can see it's got some of the metallic flake in there. At night, the truck looks really dark. It's almost gonna look black, which is really nice because a lot of people like a black truck. They don't like keeping a black truck clean. So this is a really good option for that. And it's really nice having the dark gray and then it's got a lot of black accents. The wheels kind of tie in. They have the black face and then they have the gray beadlock around the edge. And that is an 18-inch Shelby wheel. And it's got a BF Goodrich KO2 all-terrain tire. That's really great for this truck. It's a 35 by 12.5 on an 18-inch wheel. The KO2, again, is a great choice for this truck because this truck's gonna be, it's gonna be all over the country. It's gonna be possibly all over the world. It's gonna see all kinds of different climates, weather, situations. The KO2 is one of the most well-rounded tires if you want an aggressive off-roady tire, but that can still handle pretty much any weather, any street condition. They're gonna do really well for that. So the KO2 is a great option there. I'm gonna talk about the suspension because the Raptors, what makes them different from regular F-150, I mean, there's a lot of things, but one of the main things is the suspension. You traditionally would have like a Fox coilover system on the front, which is really nice, especially compared to what you'd get on a factory truck. This does have the Fox Racing, so it's an internal bypass coilover with an external cooling reservoir. So when I first saw it, my first impression was like, oh, that's cool. The fins on the reservoir kind of look like an amplifier or something like that. And obviously it's not an amplifier, but they do serve the same function, which is to give a little bit more cooling to the fluid that's going to be going back and forth in that shock. So definitely an upgrade over what the factory system is going to be. This is fully adjustable in just about every way you could imagine. So as to where the factory system is pretty much going to be set one way, this is something that depending on what you're doing and how you're doing it, you can adjust it and dial it in really for exactly the kind of driving that you're going to be putting on it, which is really one of the nice things about this is just you can customize it to exactly what you want without having to get any more parts. So really cool there. The suspension is top notch. They call it the Shelby Raptor Stage 2 suspension, which again, it's a step farther than what the Raptor has, which is already kind of extreme. So this is a truck you could really, you could use and abuse, and it's gonna be able to take it, it's gonna be able to handle it. So really cool there. Going along to the side, going to mention these power running boards. So typically you're probably used to seeing most of the boards that are completely gone and hidden away. These, I believe, they're like the Amp Research, the XL or the X Step. Basically, it's like it looks like a rock rail, and then it has the running board, which comes down out of it. So when the running board's up, it doesn't look like it lowers the ground clearance, a ton when you're just looking at it. And when you open it, it's nice because the step comes down, and it comes down really far. So this is gonna be a truck that's super easy to get in and out of. But then when you close the door, it goes right back up into this little structure here, which is nice. It's a nice clean way of doing it when you still get a little bit of a look. A rock rail on or a rock slider on an off-road vehicle is definitely something you expect to see. So not gonna be quite as useful off-road as a true rock slider, rock rail, but aesthetically, it's going to do the trick. Coming around to the back here, so one of the things that's just really noticeable about this truck, first thing you see it, is this rack that they have on the back. And there's a couple cool functions in the rack itself. Number one would be, I mentioned the light bar when we were talking about the LEDs. So it does have a great place to put this huge light bar. And the really cool thing, you can see this wizardry here. It's got this contraption, and I'll push the button, and this is gonna flip completely black. And what that's gonna do is a couple things. It's gonna keep it protected, so if you're not using it and you're going on a long trip, you know, 1,000 miles of bugs and stuff hitting it could do some damage, so it's nice to be able to put that back and out of the way. Also does give you a little bit of adjustability. Obviously, you can only go down so far because then you're just pointing at the truck. But if you wanted to tilt it back and kind of just have a wider spread of light or up a hill or whatever, it's gonna let you do that, which is really nice, something I've never seen on a truck before. So really cool there. I love that option. The other thing that it's gonna do function-wise, it's gonna give us a place to put 2 spare tires. Reason for that is, I mean, this is a truck you could actually take out and race, and in that type of scenario, having 2 full-size spares is definitely the way to go. So 2 full-size spares, like I said, an 18-inch wheel, and it's a 35 by 12.5 BF Goodrich KO2. And yeah, it does take away a little bit of space in the bed, obviously, but for what you're getting in this truck, it's definitely, I mean, it's definitely really cool to see it come together like that. So cool rack up top, and then going around to the back here, it does have the Shelby engraved steel bumper on the back as well, which is really cool. It has like a kind of like cut out up and out of the way, so it just kind of gives it a really cool aggressive look. And then it does have the recovery hooks on the back there, so it's got these here, it's got these here as well. And then they did maintain the factory rear parking sensors, which is really nice. And we also have some more LEDs back here. So we got another set of like 12-inch single row pointed back, and then we have a couple of these Rigid Industries dualies, which are gonna give us a nice spotlight, especially if you're backing up to a trailer to pull some toys around or anything like that. You're gonna have lighting basically everywhere on this truck. So really cool there on the back bumper. So I'm gonna go back to the front, I'm gonna pop the hood, and then we're gonna talk about a couple of the performance things that Shelby did to this truck. All right guys, so under the hood, it does have the EcoBoost engine that comes in all of these Raptors. So they, you know, it already comes with 450 horsepower, which is great in a truck like this. They didn't do a ton of stuff to it, but what they did do, they bumped it from the 450 to the 525, I believe. And they did that with just some easy stuff, basically, getting a little more air in there, and then basically getting it out a little faster. So it's got this Shelby cold air intake system, which feeds to an intercooler that they install on this truck. So they upgraded the intercooler, which is really nice. It's gonna keep the air cool before it goes in the engine. And then, yeah, they do an exhaust system on this, which is gonna let that extra air get out a little easier. And then they recalibrate the computer just to know that, hey, there's more air coming in, dump a little more fuel in there. And that's how they get it to the 525 horsepower. So it's a really nice streetable number. With the transmission that's in this truck, it feels like a little more than that, just by, you know, how it sets you back in the seat. But it's definitely enough. It makes all kinds of cool noises. I know some people are mad that you can't get a V8 in this truck anymore, but I think the V6 has its own kind of charm, and people are gonna kind of grow to love it, especially once they see how much power people are putting down out of these. So really cool, just a few little things that they did. And yeah, we're gonna do some footage, and hopefully you get to hear some of the stuff that it does. But yeah, it does have the Shelby of America plaque right here, Elkhart, Indiana. Like I said, this one is number 11 on the truck. And then we're just gonna go ahead and open up the interior so you can check that out. So they do a beautiful work on the seats. I really like it. It's got the perforated middle part. So the butt rest and the backrest are the perforated leather because it does have cooled seats. And then it's got like a suede insert on the pockets here and on the wings here. And then it's got the really nice red leather that goes up and around and then in the headrest. Of course, they do the nice stitching in the backrest as well to kind of just top it off. But it's nice, just a couple red accents. It would have been really easy to go overboard with this truck. So a few nice touches like that. You get the plaque on the other side, and then as you guys probably know, these Raptors come pretty well decked out, and I believe this is about as loaded up as you could have gotten a Raptor. So Yeah, just really impressed with the truck overall. Again, it's just one of those trucks. We have a lot of cool trucks that come running around, so when one really catches your eye, then it's probably a really cool truck. And this is definitely one that every time somebody walked by it, they're like, man, that thing is sweet. And that says a lot because they get to see a lot of cool vehicles here. So yeah, any questions you guys have, please let us know. Like I said, our group between all of our Ford stores, we did put orders in for a bunch of these. Right now, we probably can get you exactly what you want. So please give us a shout, and we'll be happy to get it sent out to wherever you are. If you want to come pick it up, we can do that too. So thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day.